So it's that time of year again when everybody's starting on their new fitness journeys or embarking on a new nutrition endeavor. And with that being said, a lot of you might see some scammy diet plans, Facebook, TV, whatever. So I figured that would be a great opportunity today to talk about carbohydrates. So carbs are simple sugars that are found in fruits, vegetables, legumes, and they play a critical role in a lot of the processes of the human body. Each carb contains a carbon, a hydrogen, and an oxygen. So that CHO bond is what contributes to the carbohydrate itself. And these actually contain 4 calories per gram. So like our protein that we talked about a few weeks ago, these are around the same, this average figure. So carbs provide fuel for the central nervous system and also energy to the working muscles, which basically means that carbohydrates are our primary energy source in the human body to live, to function, to move, to breathe. And they can also be what's called protein sparing, which will prevent those proteins that you're consuming from being broken down into carbohydrates, aka more usability from your protein and less conversion to carbs. Now, other than physical energy, carbs do play a critical role in our memory functioning, processing, depression, cognition, a lot of things up top as well. And you probably already know that just from simply doing a Google search or hearing about carbs in the past. But there are 2 different types or realms of carbohydrates, and those are categorized often as simple and complex. Now, the only difference here is that the chemical structure of these carbohydrates, the simple versus the complex, are different, and that means that they are broken down and processed at a slower rate. Typically, the more complex carbohydrates are. So some examples of simple carbs might be like actual sugar, fruit, anything with candy or fructose corn syrup. Those are very simple and digest very quickly. Now, complex carbs could include things like fibrous vegetables, lentils, beans, oats, things that are going to take a lot longer to digest and break down. But here's the thing. Simple, complex, while they do have a big role in satiety or keeping you full, at the end of the day, they're all broken down into the simple form of glucose, which is the most usable form to convert to energy for the body. Now, there's also these things called fibers, which are tacked on to the carbohydrate itself, which they play a critical role in digestion and also your gut health, which means more regularity for you. And you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, but so-and-so said these are good carbs and these are bad carbs. Which one should I eat? Well, guys and girls, the whole good versus bad thing has been largely overhyped in that, like I previously said, all carbohydrates are converted to glucose and used pretty much the same. Now, they do play a different role in that these complex carbs, or good carbs, are going to keep you fuller, they're going to hold you longer, and have less of an insulin response as opposed to the bad carbs, or sugar. You see, when you consume sugar, you get a very large spike in energy, and then it tapers off rapidly. And therefore, you're hungry again. You create this vicious cycle of energy replenishment. No bueno. So with all that being said, you're probably thinking, God, I love carbs. I need to consume more carbs. And that's probably good. But how many you should be getting is really dependent on a lot of factors. And so if you tune into the next Nutrition 101, or the next few, we will be discussing how to figure out how many calories you need, and then as a result, how many carbohydrates, proteins, and fat you need. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little brief rundown as to what carbohydrates are and what role they play in the body. We will be seeing you next time. Thanks.